What is up, everyone? It's Austin Smith, and we are back again for another episode of Association All Access. Today, my special guest is my good friend, Zach Watson of the Upward Stars Upstate program. And man, I couldn't be excited to have him on today. Zach, thank you for your time, brother. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get right to it. Z, first things first, man. Ty went ahead and mentioned to me that you were one of the best shooters he's ever seen during your time at Spartanburg Methodist. I've got to ask you, man, how does your experience as a player help you as a coach today?
Man, honestly, when I first started coaching, I was still playing at SMC. So, it was already kind of bridging that gap. But, it's awesome being a young guy, being in the position I am already. I can connect with the guys. Because I can look at them and say, look, like I was in your shoes 4 years ago. So, that's something that a lot of coaches can't say. And I'm just lucky to already be in a spot where I'm at to be able to do that. So it was awesome. I was in the recruiting process. Just recently now I'm getting able to help them, tell them when I was playing, I got a chance to play at a high level. So as far as these guys saying they want to get there, I've been around those coaches. I know what they're looking for. I know what they're not looking for. And so it's a big piece of just who I am, and that I can kind of offer back now to these kids being where I'm at.
Right, exactly. It totally makes a difference, man. I know the kids are pretty fortunate to have you in that aspect as well. So speaking of these kids, man, we know it's getting around a time where tryouts are typically starting to happen and guys are putting teams together. I guess the question is now, what are you looking for in your team, and what do you expect from your guys this season?
Man, yeah, it's been crazy. We had a great turnout at tryouts this year. All of our teams are looking stronger than they've ever been. One of the biggest things that we do is we want to provide kids with the best sports experience possible. So that's our number one goal with our teams. And so, the kind of guys that we're looking for are the guys that are looking to do that, not just roll the ball out and play. We want guys who are committed to us and what we're going to do because we're committed to them. And so just finding not just good players, but just good kids that are about it for the right reasons. Just those guys, we're straight up our tryouts. We put it out in front of them before we've even picked the teams of, look, if you're here, this is going to be different than somewhere else you've been. We're going to push you. We're going to challenge you because that's what we're about. We don't want to roll up these tournaments with guys that are just half in, half out. So, we're looking for guys that are bought in to that. So, and that's what we found success. We don't always have the most notorious players in the area, but we get teams and we get guys that are scrappy, that are bought in, and then we roll up these tournaments. Some guys might not know the players we have, and then we're beating these bigger teams and stuff like that because we got guys that put in the work. So that's the biggest thing we tell all of them is you got to put in the work if you're trying to get there. So,
I couldn't agree more. That buy-in factor pays dividend. And then when you get guys that are, willing to have that factor in a team program, it just helps that team success in the long run. Well, Zach, you know that Hoopscene has had a relationship with your program for a good little minute now, and there are prospects from you guys' organization that go to the next level every season. What has been your message to players and parents about how you can help them in a year that's been impacted by COVID, a year full of different challenges, a year full of uncertainty? What's been your message to those parents and players?
Yeah, Hoopscene's been great to us. We've loved the Hoopscene events in the past, especially everything this last year. Just the relationships are one of the biggest things that matters. So, between our coaches, staff, from across our different programs, not just the Upstate, being able to connect and network guys with coaches at the next level, and at the same time playing in events with people that know, we know you guys, and so we can come up and tell you, hey, we have these players, and you guys know that we mean what we say. And so it's just kind of that whole, the feeling all of our teams is we always say, it's a big family, and we don't say that lightly at all. Our teams practice together, they travel together, and that extends even to our coaches and players, to where it might not even be a player on your team. Our 15s coach is reaching out to coaches for our 17s players. So it's just that whole family feel from what we provide to the events that we go in. And then it's just with the Hoopscene thing, it's all about, look, we tell our parents when they're deciding on teams, we're going to go to these events and these Hoopscene events, and those guys help promote players to the next level. That's where, if you're looking to do that, why not play in front of people that are going to help you do that? So it's all just that family and that network that really matters.
Man, gotta love it, man. And we're grateful for the relationship again, and we've been able to go with y'all's program so far, man. Well, there you have it. You've just been tuned into another edition of Association All Access. I'm your host, Austin Smith, and today I was joined by my good friend, Zach Watson. Zach, thank you again for your time. Hey, we look forward to seeing you in Upward Stars Upstate at the Best of the South this year.
Yep, we'll be there.